Indian and Bangladeshi cricket boards have reached a boiling point, spilling over from the IPL into the upcoming T20 World Cup. On January 3, 2026, the BCCI directed Kolkata Knight Riders to release Bangladesh pacer Mustafizur Rahman from their IPL squad, just weeks after he was bought for a record 9.2 crore. KKR complied, citing the BCCI's instruction amid recent developments, widely understood as public outrage in India over reported attacks on Hindu minorities in Bangladesh. In retaliation, Bangladesh's Sports Ministry advisor Asif Nazrul instructed the BCB to approach the ICC, demanding relocation of Bangladesh's 4 T20 World Cup League matches, 3 in Kolkata and 1 in Mumbai, to Sri Lanka, citing player safety concerns. The BCB has formally written to the ICC arguing that if a contracted Bangladeshi player can't play in India, the national team can't feel secure there. In response to the Bangladesh Cricket Board, its demand to relocate Bangladesh's 4 T20 World Cup 2026 league matches from India, 3 in Kolkata, 1 in Mumbai, to Sri Lanka, citing player safety. BCCI sources describe the proposal as a logistical nightmare and highly impractical. They argue that with the tournament starting on February the 7th, venues, tickets, hotels, broadcasts and multi-game schedules are already finalized, making changes easier said than done, or impossible at someone's whims and fancies. BCCI President Mithun Manhas clarified that the Mustafizur decision was limited to the IPL only, and we have not discussed the World Cup yet. I have Brian Thomas joining me with more details. Brian, what more can you tell us?
Yes, Vaishali. Now, this very controversy surrounding Mustafizur Rahman's sudden removal from the IPL by the BCCI continues to escalate, with Bangladesh intensifying calls to move its ICC T20 World Cup 2026 matches out of India. And this, this was scheduled to begin next month itself in February 7th. Not only that, Bangladesh sports advisor Asif Nazrul on Saturday also urged the Bangladesh Cricket Board to formally take up this issue with the ICC and seek a shift of Bangladesh's World Cup fixtures to Sri Lanka. And also clearly, following an emergency meeting, BCB officials confirmed that a letter would be sent to ICC outlining their concerns. However, now the BCCI has played down the feasibility of such a move, and the BCCI clearly stated that shifting Bangladesh's matches at this stage would be extremely difficult, calling it a logistical nightmare. Not only that, the official also stated that one cannot change games at someone's whims or fancies, and one should also be thinking about the opposition teams. The air tickets, the hotels are already booked, and on match days there are 3 games that is scheduled, one with Sri Lanka, and there's logistics, broadcast crew, production logistics, so it's easier said than done. And even under this existing schedule, Bangladesh are slated to play their first 3 group matches in Kolkata that you mentioned, Vaishali, that is on February 7, 9 and 14, before travelling to Mumbai for their final group game that is happening on February 17th. And each of those dates were already featured, these 3 matches spread across 2 venues in India and 1 in Sri Lanka also itself, yes.
All right. I also have Taos Rizvi, sports journalist, joining me on the broadcast. Now, Taos, how do you see all these developments?
Yeah, this is something, this is an embarrassing situation for Indian Cricket Board right now. I mean, they should have conveyed it earlier to the IPL franchise not to get Bangladesh players, or they should not have even included. Otherwise, the situation would have been completely different. Now, the BCCI is completely on back foot. I mean, they are making arrangements. They're trying to convince. There are things happening which was not supposed to happen. Yeah, BCB will be right in their own way. They must be thinking right. They can go to the ICC, complain about their player safety concern, which is their priority, which has been happening with India, which has been happening with Pakistan. Now BCB comes into play. So they would be definitely writing it to ICC, conveying their thoughts about not having their players safe when they come to India during the World Cup. But some way or the other, it's kind of a situation which BCCI should not have been there at all. I mean, when things were happening for a long time, it's not a couple of months back, it's been happening for a long time. So BCCI should have been on toes, thinking what the consequences would be if they would have included Bangladesh. It's not the first time. It has happened in the past as well. I mean, so Bangladesh players were included in the last IPL, I guess. But that's how. I mean, something would have been conveyed. KKR would not have picked it. In the end, I think what BCCI is doing is whatever is there in their power. They can't go beyond BCCI when it comes to power, money. But then whatever they have right now, they can apply their limited powers. But because, I mean, if there was no World Cup around here in T20 2026, which is happening in February, March, there would not have been an issue. Now the BCB is taking advantage of the situation. They are trying to manipulate the whole situation, and I think BCCI is on the back foot right now.
All right, now stay on with me.